Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Um,
y'all.
kind of a hash, what do I want to say? Kind of a put together show today. Actually, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Bill's got some stuff, hopefully, to talk about. He's going to be here for about half the show. Dennis is off doing family stuff. I think I saw him in the chat earlier. Steve's still not feeling good, and Jerry had to work. So I'm just glad Bill popped in. Otherwise, it was just going to be me and you guys. And I know that wouldn't have been good. So, anyway, if anybody wants to come on the show, let me know, and in fact, let me stick it in here. I think I still got it on there. Yeah. There's a link if anybody wants to come in and join us. And anyway, Bill's back in Thailand and been doing some stuff, and he's already dropped some videos. You guys may have seen them. I haven't seen the first one he dropped, but he said he's got one after the show he's going to put up too. So be looking for that. And then next week, I'm going to be gone the next 2 weeks. Dennis may or may not put a shoe up the next 2 weeks, so you'll have to talk to him about that. But keep an eye out because he probably will do it. But oh, he says, yeah, he's here. Okay, listening. Got virtually no internet access. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, keep keep tabs next week, and Dennis will probably have a show up, but I won't guarantee it. So anyway, Bill, what are you doing? You said you got some stuff to show us.
So I've got some stuff. So since I've been back, I've been busy, and it's been busy with the model railroad, which has been nice to actually make some progress. So let me grab the camera here, and there we go. So one of the first things that I've been doing is I finally cleaned up my little workbench that I've got here. So I had this just piled with crap and got it organized finally, got some shelves in just so I can get some stuff. There is a little store that's not too far from here that they call DIY, do it yourself. Sort of like a dollar store, but with probably better quality merchandise. And I've been getting a bunch of stuff from there, and I'll show this one little thing here. So I got these little nippers that look suspiciously like rail nippers. And, they're an electrical nipper. It cost me all of about $1.50. Bought this, came back, and for N scale, it cuts perfectly clean on the N scale rail. So I'm going to probably buy 2 or 3 or 4 more of them just to have, because they're cheap. And they'll probably fail, but if I can get 20 or 30 cuts off of one pair before I start notching the blades, I'll be a happy camper for that price.
I've got some, Bill. I've got a pair of cutters like that, and they're actually sprue cutters for like plastic model sprues.
Oh yeah,
And that's what they originally made them for. That's why they're angled like that, and they're flush on that one side. But they're really not made for metal, or at least the ones I have aren't. Those might be.
Yeah, and this one they advertise as electrical, so that it's for like cutting 1 millimeter diameter copper wire.
Okay.
N scale rail is actually not that far off from 1 millimeter. And, I nipped a number of rails just to test it, and just a square, nice, perfect cut on this. So for N scale, it works great. HO, probably not. Have to use like the rail nippers to do that. But also got a nice little LED work light that just battery operated, so that I can start when I do models. I've got a nice light source here at the workspace, so having some fun with that. And then I've got sheets of cork that I bought from again the Thailand equivalent of Amazon, a place called Shopee. So I've got this in 3 millimeter thickness. It's like basically 3 feet by 3 feet, 2 sheets. And I'm going to start cutting it so that I can start making N scale road bed out of it. I'll cut it to the width I need so that I can then come back and rip it down the middle at a 45-degree angle so that I get like the embankment sides, like on commercial cork. This set me back a little bit of money. These two sheets here probably are about the most expensive things that I've bought relative for the layout. This was close to $75 for both of these sheets and shipped. So I got more than enough to do everything that I'm doing for end scale, including, the layout that's going to be in here once I continue to do more. But, I got everything that I brought from the States. I've got those in some totes. They'll be coming out as I have need. Was able to buy nice piles of wire at a very reasonable price. I've been using those for feeders. Might use some of that wire for other electrical needs, like running switches on switch machines. Just some stuff there. Go over into the house, and it's nice and dark, nice and quiet. But so the portable layout is coming along, and I've gotten quite a bit done on it. So all of the track, all of the plywood that I'm using for the sub base, all of that has been on just since I've been back the past couple of weeks. So I'll kind of do a walkthrough on it here. I've got this space and this table, which will be a yard. I still, have a one track main line that just doubles back on itself. So each of these are still the same main. I will not have them connected as it goes through the yard, but I will have like a passing siding on each. Show layout, take it to places I just want trains to run. The past couple of days, I've been putting in my plywood roadbed. So each one of these tables had a sheet on it like this. I put my track down, got my track plan worked out that I wanted. Marked it and cut it. And then I've been using a combination of foam blocks and wood risers to set my grade elevation on this. And this is a nice, gentle, about a 1.2, 1.3% grade coming up. So this table will have some hills and some scenic features, probably some roads and some other buildings on it. Coming over in here, this is going to be more mountain terrain once I get into this one. And I've got nice unitrack bridge that will be set, or that is here. I've got a river already kind of carved into my foam board at this location. Got it where it's curving around and then it's pinching off. It's going to disappear as I'm going to have like a view block of more mountains and hills and trees. So it looks like the river's going into the background, and then it's going to just go away. I am going to build or put a backdrop in that's going to come up probably about 14, maybe 16 inches. And that will be sort of the maximum height of scenery. So I will have rock coming in at an angle on the backside here for mountains. Probably have tunnel portal about here and track coming out about here. So nice mountain area here, lots of trees, all kinds of stuff going on like that. I'll get another bridge. I've got bridge kits I'll build for this little cutoff. Comes off the main and loops back around and then comes back into the yard. Or hidden staging basically is what it's going to be, or visible staging is what it's going to be. And then there's a little area for switching where I'll put industries, other things over there. Coming around, all of my joints on my tables I made so that it is straight tracks hitting, coming at 90 degrees to where the table joints are, so that I should not have a problem with alignment, because the tables bolt together in one specific place. So there's not going to be wiggles going on. It's plywood. It should not have much heat, expansion or contraction, because it's always hot here. So it's not going to get like cold and then contract a lot. It's going to stay, reasonably stable. Track coming off, going back down, picking up the other track in the yard. So, and curves are not excessively sharp. I should be able to run passenger equipment on this. I've got a nice Kato Japanese passenger train that I've got that I'll run on this, as well as some American streamliner cars that I can pull behind some engines and different things. Let's see. Over there is the panel that can lift out. I'm going to mount power pack to that. And I have my main electrical connections over on that side of the layout. Now, all of these switches that I've got, including this little guy down here, are going to be manual. I've got a whole bunch of switches that I bought that are electric, but for this, I'm not going to use any of them. I'm going to do like what I did with my other end scale that's sitting in Iowa, in that for the ground throws that are down here, I'm going to use a little nail, like a track nail, that I'll bring up so that it's just standing up a little bit, that I can go down and I can use that as like a switch stand. Have those on my end scale in Iowa, and that thing works beautifully. So I'm going to do the same thing with these here, because I will be able to reach over the side of the operator pit, switch here, switch tracks over there as I need, just when I've got the trains running. So this is what I've been doing. A couple of days out here. Let's see, everything is held down with construction adhesive. So, this is styrofoam board. And I used a low VOC construction adhesive. So you can see the adhesive here. And this is pretty much set right now. It grabs quick, it's tight, it doesn't dissolve the styrofoam much. It bubbles the top where it's in contact a little bit, but it's sort of like an etch, and it actually gives me better adhesion. So, I've got these little styrofoam blocks using as risers. I've got the adhesive on the bottom and on the top. Everything was pressed. I used weights to make sure everything was set well. I've got my little risers, wood risers at the table connection points, nice and smooth across the plywood. So I'm thinking this will be a pretty good layout for operation and running. I've got sectional track in place right now on everything. And I did that on purpose so that I could lay everything out, and I knew that I was going to have decent curves. I wasn't going to have kinks. Everything was going to align where I wanted it to align. And what I'll do next is I will take a colored pencil, and I'm going to come in and about on every piece of track and about the center, I'm going to put some marks in the center so that I can use those as the center line for when I lay my cork road bed. Because I will use the construction adhesive and a putty knife to lay a thin spread. So I'll be able to see marks underneath, which when I put in pencil, I'll go back and I'll use like red marker or green or blue or something else on it. So I got good visibility. That'll give me my outline for where I need to put my cork. And then when I actually start to lay the track, like this long section of sectional track, it's going to be a piece of flex track, or maybe two pieces of flex track. I might keep sectional track real close to the transitions between tables, just because it's perfect and it's solid and it's not going to flex any like a flex track would, even at the join piece. But as much as I can get in for flex track, I will later on. And then this track will be repurposed and used on the other layout that's in the bedroom. Same thing, probably. Use the track once I establish, what the track plan. Well, I've already got the track plan for the other one. But, when I start to put it on plywood and go from there, I'll do the exact same thing over there. But this is where I'm at right now. A lot of progress in the past, actually week, since I really got started on it again. And as Claude mentioned, I've got a video I put out a couple of days ago now. I've got another one that's set to drop at the end of the show today. I've got another one that's already, in the can that'll come out next week. And then I'm already got another one that I'm starting, just doing different things on here, showing the different steps that I'm doing. So that's been keeping me out of mischief. It's been going pretty good. So having some fun.
Well, that'll make a good display layout for sure, with the long runs and stuff on it.
Yeah, it should. And I'm going to have fun playing with it myself once I get it to that point, which I'm really hoping that I'll be able to have some trains running on this within a week, and maybe sooner. Over here, it's not going to take long to do all of this once I get my cork made. That'll take some time to cut, but I've got a whole bunch of, like knives that I bought at that do-it-yourself store for like $1. I got like 3 X-Acto knives, replacement blades, and all kinds of things that I can cut. What'll take me some time is still over here in the yard. I do not have this plywood glued down yet. I'm playing with the track plan, and I will kind of come in and I will mark different things on this area. I'm not doing complete yet because I still am not sure if I want to put in maybe another switch or two, come up over here. I've got a whole bunch of buildings that I have to put together, but I'm going to look at the boxes and the kits and see what their footprint is, and do kind of like what Dennis did. Maybe not necessarily a mock-up, but at least a base that I can kind of put around so that I can have some different industries and see how this is going to look, so I can get my tracks figured out. But I can get everything else done, and I can probably get my 2 lines going through the yard completed. But I still will have to take this off. I'll add some of the construction adhesive underneath just to tack this down into place. And then I can do everything essentially that direction. So still quite a bit to do, but it's coming along. I should be able to at least move some trains on it here within a matter of days, I'm hoping. So that's what I've been up to.
Well, it's looking good, Bill.
Well, thank you.
Dave with DES Media joined us. Let me get you. There we go. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello,
Dave,
guys.
I had you muted because you had something in the background that was on that I could hear.
I'm not sure what was in the background, unless it was the dogs upstairs.
Oh, well, I don't know. It sounded like you had something on there. It was registering on the meter there. So I was wondering
It's not when it came
what
up.
it was, but I didn't want it to overshadow what Bill was saying. So,
No problem.
well, thanks for coming on.
No
Good to see you
problem.
again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey, Bill, I had a question for you.
Yes.
I forgot. I know we've asked this before, but what's the electrical power coming in?
220.
220.
So, yeah, actually,
Well,
it's close to about 228 is what I register when I'm running some of the machines for processing rice or making food for the ducks. So
Okay.
I actually brought with me like converter, another converter, and I've got like a third converter around, because I now have 3 power packs that are all rated at 120. So I have to use the converter so that I don't toast the power packs that I've got.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking when you were talking about getting ready to run your power and stuff. And I thought, I bet he's got 220 over there.
Yeah, and I've tested out one of the power packs with a converter, and then tested what my output was, and it was spot on. So the converter was doing its job, and the power pack was operating normally. No obnoxious hum like some equipment I've had in Europe when I've tried plugging it in.
Yeah.
So it should be okay.
Well, good. I don't know if anybody's got any questions. I didn't see any in the chat, but Dennis says mock-ups, I approve.
Yeah, mock-ups are handy, and I've done that on some of the other layouts in areas where I knew I wanted a specific building. You know, I would at least look at the box and see what the footprint is, or look at what the base plate is. I've not done that yet on the N scale stuff, but I've got like a couple of different like car shop kits. I've got a couple of different grain elevator kits. And I've got, you know, a variety of other things that I can use. So I do want to see what kind of my footprint is, so that before I really get too busy with those switches that I was showing in the, you know, off that sort of in plain sight staging area.
Well, Rob wants to know if there are any transformers over there rated at 220.
There'd be the stuff that's, you know, Pancato, Markland from Europe. You know, any of those folks would have transformers that would be rated for, you know, the voltage, which is 220 just about every place except the United States and a few other countries.
But they drop that. Do they drop that down to 110 or 120?
I don't know if they do or not. Yeah, good question. I really don't know.
Yeah,
Their output would have to be basically the same. You know, it would be just, you know, a maximum like 12, 14 volts output.
Yeah.
But
yeah, whether or not it drops it down in voltage like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Gerald wants to know if you're 60 or 50 hertz.
No clue. Don't know.
And I don't think that's something you can stick your finger in the socket and figure out either.
No.
When I get the trains, and I've been finding out there's a lot of other modelers in Thailand, which is nice. There's like a Thailand Facebook group, and there's a number of, you know, it's mostly Westerners that have small model railroads in bedrooms like what I'm doing here, and a few of them have, you know, actually fairly good sized layouts in buildings that they, you know, purpose built for that. So, you know, I'm sure others have got more experience working with power than I have, but, you know, again, so far plugging in the power pack, not putting a demand on it, but everything that was coming out of it was within the range of what it was supposed to. So I'll find out once I actually do plug it in on that layout here, and, you know, probably the next week or so.
Yeah. Well, it looks good. I mean, it like I say, it's going to make a good display layout for sure. Because that's what people want to see, is they want to see the train running around. Like to do modular layouts at the shows and stuff or like that. Very rarely is anybody operating anything. It's always just running the trains.
Yeah, and I'm not, and I haven't even decided if I'm going to put any blocks on it yet. I'm thinking I might, but then again, maybe not. I might just have a couple of tracks where, you know, I just dead it, but not put any power to it, so that I can park like a train, engines, again, just to show a little bit more equipment that's on the line while the main train is just doing its thing, looping around. Eventually, I would like to switch this over to DCC. I've already been thinking it would be fun to do. You know, the mainline concept is similar to what I did on my other end scale, where it's, you know, it's one track, but with DCC, I can run two trains on that same track and just, you know, switch between addresses to tweak speed so that they don't, you know, kiss the caboose or the observation car on whatever the train is in front of them. And that would be fun, because then I would get away from having to do a whole lot of blocks anyway. And that's something that I'm thinking for the layout that's going up in this room. I've got a lot of DCC equipment stateside that I don't necessarily want to bring, but, you know, maybe I can get some decoders and I can invest if I can can get a decent price on a basic set for the portable one. All future, just things that I can consider as I keep putzing along here as time goes by.
Yeah. Well, Bernard is being cryptic here. I'm not sure what he's asking. Will Bill be our new Heath? Oh, be our new Heath in that
Oops, there's more smoke.
more smoke. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. You're gonna have to elaborate, Bernard, so we know what you're talking about there. He wants to know if you're going to be the new Heath, I guess.
I don't know, did he toast something?
He may have. I don't know.
I think he has in the past. He smoked a couple things.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm going to do my best not to smoke anything, but the stuff that I've got for that I'm going to run is simple things. Nothing's expensive. The stuff that I've got is like, I bought this at the hobby shop. It was like $50 for a set. It's the Bachman stuff. And that's what I'm going to run on the display layout. Some of the nicer things I'll put on the layout that's here. But, these I'll, one powered engine, a dummy engine, the cars, they're not weighted well. I will get a scale and I will weight the cars a little bit so that they track better on the track. But it's not going to be like Atlas. Although I'm going to run, I guess I am going to run one thing that's going to be kind of nice, which is a Kato. And I got this for a passenger train that I bought when I was in Japan a few years back. So I will run this little jobby on that, but it's a DC. I got it specific DC, not knowing I would be doing this kind of thing here. But at that point in time, my layout was DC, or I really hadn't even started the end. Well, I had started the end scale. Not sure why I got this DC. I might have to look. Maybe it's DCC and I don't know. No, it's DC, 12 volts. So it's like, I'm going to run this kind of equipment here. And then like I was showing a while back, I've got lots and lots of German beer cars.
There you go.
There you go.
This is like a fifth of what I've got for German beer cars.
I want to go. I want to go where the beer cars are going.
So I'm going to those kinds of trains. Those kinds of trains where the kids can see them, it's going to be just loaded with beer cars.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, I'm just hoping that I shouldn't smoke anything. With the power converter, that'll get it down to the 120. The power packs, there's a range of where they're comfortable operating. Shouldn't have any issues with any of that. Output voltage and amperage is going to be regulated by the power pack. As long as the power pack's getting the right juice from the converter, it's all going to be good.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Bernard said, remember back in the day, Heath always had smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why we blame Heath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Bill. Oh,
You're welcome. And I'm gonna drop. It's about 30 minutes in. I'm gonna go to bed. So I'm like Shannon. Shannon is close to the same time zone that I'm at, I think. So it's time for me to go sleep and get my beauty sleep, which you can tell I don't get enough of.
I don't think any of us do.
All right. Well,
thanks again for dropping in, Bill.
Claude, you have a great vacation and enjoy your trips, and then we'll see everybody else later here. So take care, all.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. I noticed that the other day on something completely different. It was a live stream I was on for cruising, and it was doing the same thing. And I don't know if that's something that YouTube has done.
I wonder if they have
where it's taking this at M.A. Pruitt instead of having Mark Pruitt's name up there. But it doesn't do it to everybody. That's the weird thing. So I don't know. I don't know if that's got to be a YouTube thing that they've started. started doing. But it was like that with people in the chat on that live stream, putting up their at so and so. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So I don't know if it matters if you've got a YouTube channel. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, it is kind of interesting. Well, I didn't do anything but play golf this week. It's been so beautiful here. I got out as much as I could and played golf. So it'll be cold enough. It'll be cold weather here soon enough. So I'm trying to get in as much as I can before the cold weather. And we're getting ready to go on this cruise a week from. Well, we'll leave a week from today. So we've got lots of stuff we've got to do before we leave on that. So I won't be doing anything train related next week for sure. I'll be getting ready for that trip, getting the dog situated and all that kind of stuff. So there's nothing from me on the model railroad scene in that regard on my stuff. But Dave's joined us this morning. Do you have something to share with us, Dave?
I haven't really been doing anything, but I am getting back onto my work caboose.
Oh, yeah, that looks nice. I like that.
Yeah. Getting back
So what
onto it.
is that HO scale?
No, this is ON30.
Oh, in 30. Okay. So do you have an O in 30 layout?
No, I got this in an auction with a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
And so I thought I'd build it and sell it.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. That'll be
I've
easy to sell, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've never built a wood kit.
Oh, I love wood kits.
I mean, I've done buildings,
Yeah.
but I've never done a rolling stock or a locomotive or anything like that. So I thought I'd build it and then put it up for sale.
Well, looks good. Is that the only car you've got that you're doing it with?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the only one. But I've got other wood kits for HO that I eventually want to build for my sawmill.
Okay.
So I thought I'd get a little practice with this, a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Those scales much easier to deal with.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's turned out pretty good. I mean, the only thing I'm concerned about, there's no way to put any weights on the underside to weigh it.
Yeah. Well,
So
is it just a box car or is it like a work car?
it's like it was classified as a work caboose.
Okay. Well, that should be easy enough to add if you've got anything on the inside like crates or anything like that. You can put weights in those.
Yeah, that I did. I've got I'm building. This is part of a stove. It was a little bit high, so I'm modifying it. I've got
Yeah.
uh, other lead stuff like come on, some anvils and some boxes to add weight onto the inside. I got a shelf that I'm going to put in there.
Well, looks good.
Thank
It
you.
would also make it. It would also make a good like an office car or something like that that was taken off the tracks and used for a building of some sort.
Yeah, that's a possibility for it too.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't have to worry about the weights.
True.
Because I always thought those kind of cars were very interesting, whether they were used for a cafe or an office or just even storage, but sitting beside the tracks and, where they take them off the trucks and set them beside the tracks and use the
Yeah.
structure itself to protect stuff from the weather.
Yeah.
I know that happened a lot with the narrow gauge. Did a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some questions here. Bernard says, I think it's if you comment on chats, it comes up. Oh, you're talking about the names on that could be. I don't know. I don't know what that deal is with the names on here, but some people's is the same as their channel name. That's my best. Yeah, that's true too. And some people I know haven't changed that over. I had to change mine over to the at, or pick something to put that at. The dogs are having their vacation from you at the kennel. Well, we're down to one dog. I had to put my dog down about 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Cruise ships don't have doggy cruises. There are some places where you can take a dog in certain situations, and it's not just anybody. I think mostly it's companion dogs. And then a couple of the two new cruise ships for Royal Caribbean, they have a mascot dog on board on each of them. But as far as just bringing your pet with you, no, they don't allow that. Mainly for there's no reason for them to, no place for them to go.
Yeah.
So, what else we got in here? We're still talking about pets and. Okay, here's Dennis. Same with sort of. My at is Otter Creek. My channel is Otter Creek and Rio Grande. Not much of a change. Yeah, mine was kind of the same way. And I don't know if that's doing that. I don't think it's doing it with me, but of course I'm on the Back on Track channel right now, so you won't see it on there. But but anyway, well, let's see. Oh God, we've already done 35 minutes, 36 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't realize Bill talked that long. Because I haven't talked much this morning, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm getting ready to. I talked to Roy. I don't know if is Roy in here this morning. Roy, are you here? I didn't see him there. I don't know if he's in here or not. Anyway,
Container
Roy,
Man?
yeah, Container Man.
Yeah, he is.
He called me this week and we discussed what he might want off the mountain. So there was a chance he could come by today or tomorrow, and for just a short while, so we could see what he wanted to do, and then I could work on getting it off the mountain. And hopefully, I can take off what he wants. I got a good idea what he wants, but there again, the way I put it on there, I didn't put it on there to ever take it off. So whether or not I can get it loose from the helix underneath, and when I say helix on mine, it wasn't. If you go back on some of my videos and see where I was building that helix, I did it as I went. I didn't build a helix like you see Mark Pruitt do, or some of the other guys that have, or um, Sparky's helix. I didn't do them like that. You know, I built it to fit what I needed because I needed one of the loops to come out to go through the snow shed and the bridge. So when I built that thing, it's, you know, I let there again. I didn't build it to take it off. So whether or not I'm gonna be able to get it off like he wants, I don't know. But we're gonna try.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, I may have to do a little video on that if we get up with that. Uh, oh, Steve's coming. Are you going to come too, Steve? That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, if you get here after lunch and before about 4:30, I'll be here. Because we bowl tomorrow night, so I got to leave here about 4:30. Bernard says, don't know what happened to all kinds of boxcars and mini cabooses that were everywhere around town from storage. Yeah, a lot of them, especially in a railroad town or any place they had any storage of rail cars at any point. They did that a lot with cars, and some of it may have been just getting them off the tracks. I don't know, but I know a lot of them were used for containers and or storage in the rail yards.
Yep.
Okay, now Roy's saying, not sure if I can make it. Stupid traffic depends on how fast Steve will drive to get me. I I don't. I'm not even going to go there.
No.
But oh, he's laying over here, so I'm driving him up. All righty. Well, just yeah. if you're not coming, well, you don't even have to holler at me. If you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. Not the end of the world. But it'd be nice if you could, and then we can discuss what he wants to do, and I'll get in gear and see about getting it off of there like he wants it. How far? How far? I think he meant how far. And Roy said far. Oh, Roy's far out. He's not. Okay. He's not to you yet, Steve. I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, because didn't you just post a picture on Facebook that you were in Carolinas or someplace, weren't you? I lose track. I see all the pictures you post on Facebook, and it's like he's all over the place. Oh, how far will he drive to pick him up? Depends on how much money he's got in it. Oh, well. Anyway, that's that's what we're dealing with. But yeah, once I figure out what he wants to do with that, I don't know why I have you on there by yourself.
I don't know why either.
Uh, once I figure out what he wants to do with that, then I'll kind of get into it and see
What you can
see if
do.
I can get it off. Yeah, because he's kind of wanting that tunnel, that portal to portal where the snow shed is, and that timber trestle intact on the face of the mountain. Even if I could get it off, my problem is I don't know what's going to be enough back behind it to hold it together. Because like I say, I didn't build it to take it off of there. So, Bernard, Queen House Fitness. Oh yeah. And I've seen them done as a temporary housing also in some places. Um, they use those things all over, and even later steel box cars I've seen done that way, kind of like they do containers nowadays, shipping
Yeah,
containers.
there's a place up on the North Shore that has took a bunch of boxcars and turned it into a hotel.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Train Mountain, they bought a bunch of cabooses and put them all over the property, and we're going to have them as places they can rent out. And the state came in and say, if you can't make it ADA compliable, you can't do it. Which to me is just ignorant. But
Yeah,
you
but
know,
yeah, that's the place that's up here. They built like a structure in between them. They made like two tracks and made a
mhm,
structure in between, and then so it's all. I mean, it's wheelchair accessible here.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
But
it's pretty nice up. I stayed there. My wife bought me for my birthday. Brought me up there a
well,
couple
and then
years ago.
there's a hotel. There's a hotel in Pennsylvania that's cabooses too. I think
Yeah, I think there is.
because I think they had that up there where they had the meet and greet one year.
Yep, they did.
Sparky's meet and greet.
Yep,
I don't remember where that's at, but it seemed like it was up close to
where they're meeting.
yeah, where they were meeting the museum and stuff there. But anyway, yeah. Oh, Strasburg. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. I'm not from the east, so I don't keep up with all the names over there. But I knew they had that because a lot of the guys were staying there, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I guess you could make them ADA compliant if you were, on relatively level ground, that sort of thing. But at Train Mountain, they were all over the mountain, so just getting to them was not. I don't think was going to be that easy. But they're still up there, still sitting there, all over the place. But they don't have anything in them. So we got about 15 minutes. Anybody else got something you want to talk about or ask questions about in the chat? Or Dave, do you have any questions?
No, I had some other
No?
questions, but they were towards Bill and he left, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay.
Another time.
Well, he's dropping another video, he said, after the show. So I imagine he's in the process of doing that.
Probably.
Yeah, gonna have some more stuff. I didn't see his first one. I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't watch it. I haven't had time to see it yet,
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good.
but I think he's talking about mainly what he told us today on the show is what that one was.
Mm, no, that one was a little bit more earlier before what he had today.
Was it?
Yeah, he did. The one I saw that I watched didn't have the base. He just had the foam kind of mocked up.
Well, here's Anderson, and this is why we need to ban him from the channel. Stuff like this right here.
I have no
Oh,
idea. Let me know.
well, and I can tell you firsthand, after having met Steve personally,
Hmm.
that he's every bit as crazy in person as he is on the chat. We did have such a good time that weekend, but I wish we could have done more on the mountain, but it just didn't work out that way. I wanted, yeah, we wanted a topic. We wanted a topic we could actually talk about. I don't know. I never even heard of that African swallow.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I'm not a bird person.
uh, okay. Floyd says he saw a video about an 80-foot passenger car made into an Airbnb. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another place up here that took a bunch of vintage passenger cars and converted them into um, air like an Airbnb. Wanted to go to that one, but I've never made it.
Mark Pruitt is on it right here. It's a Monty Python reference. I haven't even thought of Monty Python in I don't know how long, but yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Uh, anyway. So anyway, after I get back from the trip, hopefully I'll be having some more stuff I can show you. I'll be tearing out some more stuff, but I know I won't be working on it. Excuse me, this week nor next week, because next week I will not be here. So, but hopefully after that I'll be getting into it. As it gets colder outside, I'll be doing more and more with it, and I'm hoping to have the whole thing taken down by January or so. But you know how that works. Best laid plans.
You all right?
Oh yeah, just old man
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. I understand.
So this is my punishment for laughing at the old men in church when they'd be coughing and stuff. That's me now. So
Mm,
anyway, okay. Well, anybody else got anything you want to know about or talk about? Because I don't have Dennis here to bail me out today.
oh yeah, and I'm not quite as Dennis.
uh,
Sorry.
okay. Steve says he took his Florida Day layout down in 3 days. Well, yeah, but wasn't yours on portable tables? That would make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his was or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Anderson wants to know how Steve's doing. Last I talked to him last weekend, still not doing good. They do
Oh,
have a surgery scheduled, but I don't remember when that was. Um, I want to say it was in November, but it could have been October. I don't remember now. But yeah, he's not. It's sleeping. I think is his biggest problem. He just can't get comfortable to sleep. And of course, he can't do anything. So he's just sitting, which, as you know, gets
Charlie.
old really quick.
Must be driving him crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, because he was loving driving the bus for the kids, and he's not been able to do that,
Oh no.
obviously. Um, but
I'll keep
but
my
yeah,
thoughts and prayers.
holler at him on, text him or send him an email or something, and let him know you're thinking about him. I don't know if he's been watching the show or not. He didn't say. But I know he's not been in a good mood at all. I could really tell that just texting him. I could tell he was not doing good. So keep him in your prayers and let him know that you're thinking about him.
Oh yeah.
But when I get him back, we're gonna make him work when we get him back there.
Good thing.
Okay. Bernard says, did I see any of my comments from months ago up to recently about bridges you built? Maybe I'll call you after the show. Should call Steve too. Yeah, you can call Steve. He's not sleeping, so at least from what I could gather, he's not sleeping. Comments about the bridges. If I did, I've forgotten them, Bernard. But yeah, if you want to holler at me after the show or text me or whatever, we can do it that way. And talk about what you want to talk about as far as coming off whatever's coming off the layout. There again, it all depends on whether or not I can get it off in one piece. But if somebody wants it, I'll try a little harder. Some of the stuff, like the first mine I did, it was basically just the head frame and the windshed. I didn't save any of that. It was all glued to the table, and what anyways coming off. But most of the buildings, in fact, I think all of the buildings so far have been able to get off. But I haven't taken anything out of the mining district yet, although I think all the mining district stuff I'm going to keep. So that I don't know yet. But I still have lots of HO locos, some DC, some DCC. So if anybody wants any of those, give me a holler. Look back on the Back on Track page, Facebook page, and they're on there. All the ones that I have that I'm not going to use. Some of them I've sold already, but I've got a lot of the rest of them. And have I worked on a new track plan yet? Steve, only, man, sorry, only in general. I've not done anything on paper yet with what I'm going to do because I want to get everything torn off of the layout, get that all taken down before I start on the new stuff. Did you get a picture of the big boy I emailed you? When did you email it? Today? I don't know. I don't remember seeing it, Bernard, but if you sent it today, I haven't been in my mail yet today, so I don't know. But no, new track plan I haven't started until I get rid of everything else or get it all torn out and get that room finished up. Then I will start anew on the new stuff, and I will do several videos on that as I go. And it's going to be, mobile, where I'll be able to take it, take the two tables apart from each other. And like I say, very similar to what Bill did originally with his HO and N scale. I won't go long like he's doing or like he did, but they'll probably be side by side with some kind of connecting setup. But they will be able to be moved out of the house, take the legs off and move them out of that room without tearing them apart. So that way, if somebody wanted them, they could have the whole thing, that kind of setup. Man, I'm sorry, but I'm just losing it here this morning.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too good.
It was a Chicago layout older Steve. Oh, he's talking
Hmm.
about something else. Floyd, that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. I don't know why you're not seeing him in your chat list either. Because he's got one posted right above you in the chat. So I don't know why you're not seeing him. But it's not a bad thing, like I said. Well, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to cut this short early and take care of this. I can't hardly talk. But anyway, Dennis, is, as far as I know, is going to have the show next week. Just stay tuned, and he'll let you know one way or the other. And hope you all have a good rest of your week. Thanks again, Dave, for coming on.
No problem.
And hope you all have a good week. And they'll see you next weekend. I won't be popping in next weekend. I might pop in the weekend after that because I'll still be on the ship. But if I remember. But anyway, see y'all later.